But do you feel like music has like impacted you?
Yeah. Like,
in any ways beyond just listening to it?
Yeah, defo. But I don't know. I can't think right now. You know, but
I think so, because I like to invest in musicians beyond the music.
Yeah. Oh my
so
God,
if I like your music, then I have to like everything about you. And if you're like not, like if your interviews are dead, or like you're not likable, or you're problematic, like then I'm just like and so yeah, because I invest in the person making the music as well, I feel like that helps. Like I feel like, no, that's so moist. I was gonna say I feel like they're my friends, but like
no,
I get inspired by these people as individuals as well as like them being musicians. Like a lot of music artists that I like invest in are very interesting people. Like you watch their interviews and they're just very interesting or just very funny, and I feel like that has helped me shape myself.
100, yeah.
Because like even like their sense of style's interesting, and I might like pick from there, or like how they like carry themselves, or like even the fact that like they might have like weird interests that they'll vocalize in an interview, and then I'll go and like start researching on that. Like I remember watching one recent thing that SZA did with, what's that guy's name, Kevin Frost or whatever, Kerwin Frost, and she was talking about how like all the jewelry she wears has like proper meaning, and how also like the crystals all signify something, and I was just like, damn, that's mad interesting, and started like searching on that stuff. And so yeah, like definitely I feel like music has impacted me beyond just it being a sound.
Yeah.
And I take from musicians more than them being a sound. That's why I like when there's a lot of content that's based around them, and I like when they do a lot of interviews. I'm like fucking Frank Ocean.
Oh yeah, I love that. I'm not really a Frank Ocean fan, you know. You know this, innit?
Yeah, that one doesn't make sense.
I mean, I like his music, I just don't like him.
There's nothing to like because you don't know anything about him. There's nothing, he doesn't put anything out there for you to like.
Yeah, I get you.
He has one interview from like 2009. He has no music videos. He has like.
That's such a shame.
But
that is such a shame.
But then that's it makes sense, because it's like he's just, everything you need to know is in the music. Yeah,
but okay, fair enough.
And he's not really here for he's not really here for the fame. It's a bit like
I saw that
poet Naira Waheed. She doesn't do anything but give books out. I don't even know what her face is.
Yeah, no, we used to always talk about this.
And then you've got Ruby Kaur, who's plagiarising her and doing up tours and fucking bitch. Sorry.
I was so dead. Oh my days. I was so like,
sorry.
No, that's
got a bit too carried away there.
I don't know though, to be honest, like I don't know, man. I don't know about Frank Ocean. But I love it when artists have great interviews. I feel like that's how you know they're gonna leave a mad legacy behind.
Yeah.
Like, especially like really introspective musicians who can like have really good interviews. It's just like beautiful, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So beautiful. Especially like when they pass away, like when Nick passed away. And you could just, I binged all of his interviews just to
I never even listened to him.
Yeah.
But his interviews, I watched them even when, like, before he passed away, and he was just mad insightful. And I really, really appreciated that about him, and I appreciated that about music artists as well. I appreciate that about people. I like interesting people, and a lot of musicians that I listen to are interesting people. That's why they make interesting music.
Yeah.
That I listen to. So it makes it easier to invest in them and like watch their interviews, because more time they're interesting. I think the deadest artist is probably like Summer Walker.
Yeah, I haven't heard her music yet.
Oh my god, her music is beautiful, but her interviews, shambles.
Yeah, you were telling me.
Yeah, shambles, man. But like, because she's so good musically, I can let it slide.
Yeah, she did an interview with Ari.
Yeah, that one was decent, but I feel like because it wasn't like a random like
that's
journalist,
valid, though,
that's why like a more came out.
Yeah, I kind of get it, because I think, I don't know,
yeah,
like it depends on who the interviewer is. It depends on their vibe, because if they're just coming on you bet like the vibe is off, you're not gonna really want to talk in your interview.
It's true.
That's fair. Like, she's a person.
It's true.
But yeah, musically what's impacting me, I can't even like. I think, let me think back, because I feel like every phase I went through, I had a soundtrack to it, you know. Yeah, like especially like those indie years. Yeah, them man there, Tom Odell. and I was dressing like them.
I'm screaming.
What,
the t-shirts, rolled sleeves,
everything, oversized denim coats, all of that. Yeah, I was there for it. And then I remember getting mad into Forest Hill Drive, J. Cole, and then that made me realise that music could be poetic.
Yeah.
So that was a really interesting time because I used to write poetry. So I was like, oh, nice. But now I feel like, because I can't think back too far, but now I feel like the biggest one is probably KANO.
Oh my god, you and KANO.
Yeah, no, I'm his stan. I am. My Twitter says this is a KANO stan account.
I'm screaming.
It's true because that's all I tweet about. That's all I want to tweet about. But then I'm like, sis, you got 5 tweets about KANO today. Maybe let's try.
Yeah, relax.
Let's do it tomorrow. You know,
there is tomorrow.
But fair, no, for real. Like he has proper changed. Right now, he's changed my life. In the last month, I feel like I'm different to before I heard his album.
Damn, sis.
And that's mad. And before that, I think it was Nip.
Yeah.
When he passed away, and I was listening to all of his music, and he proper changed how I saw everything. And then we did the listening party, and it was just a perfect kind of, yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I don't think I've had anyone like change my life significantly. I think top 3 though that like always have had some impact is probably SZA, Vince Staples, and Koji Radical.
SZA,
them 3. Ooh! Vince Staples made me realise it's okay to be vocal and it's okay to chat shit.
Yeah, like
because he does that often.
Yeah.
Often, and I'm just here for it.
Did you see that interview that he did? And then he was talking about Charlie Sloth, and he said some white man in the UK told me to write 16 bars. What is this? I don't know what he said. He compared it to like slavery. He's like for free for a white man. He's like, is he
I fucking love Vince Staples. He is someone I can watch for hours and not understand the word. He talks mad fast. And his accent's so thick, it's hard for me to keep up.
Yeah,
but he's the best. Like I love him. I love him. I saw him live at Lovebox for Rain during his sets. It was just not a memorable experience.
He was what?
I saw him live at Lovebox.
Yeah,
but it was raining.
Oh.
So it wasn't that nice because I wasn't in the tent and it was just a bit peak. I saw Wu-Tang that year as well. That was revolutionary for me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They came to Lovebox.
Yeah. Wu-Tang?
Yeah. What the hell?
That year, that year and the year before. I wanted to go to the year before.
Yeah.
But my friends, who I'm no longer friends with, snaked me. And I didn't get
I've never been to a festival.
Really? I think I've only been to like 2.
Yeah. Afro Nation next year, I'm there.
Yeah, on your own, sis.
Are you not going?
It's too hot.
Oh, you don't like heat? No, I'm going.
And I'm not an Afrobeat person.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. That's valid.
But if J Hus is there, I'll come through.
Oh, for him to do Juju J.
Fam, he's been doing Juju J, man. You people need to relax.
What?
Oh, wait. Fingered off again.
No, I think it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you part of the whole squad of like, Judge is fine? That's a bit mad, you know?
It's not that I think Judge is fine. I just think I'm taking what he says with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
In the sense that like, I don't. When I think about like Judge and Magic and all of that stuff, I think about it in the sense that like colonialism has made us look at like spiritual religions that were prominent in like African nations as this like mad dark entity thing. Yeah. And for me, I just look at it as like, when you look at like indigenous people and they're doing all these religious practices, it's not bookie, it's just their way of thinking. And like even like when you think about religion and Islam and Christianity, like we have so many miracles and you look at them, ultimately that's something of like surrealism and magic, because it's not something we can do.
Right.
And all these miracles are like magic, but not magic in the sense that they're like these dark things, but they're magic in the sense they're done by something beyond us that we don't understand. So when people are talking about Juju J and this and that, I just look at it as like, it might not necessarily be him doing dark magic and like making cauldrons and mixing cauldrons and like taking chicken feathers and stuff. And maybe it's just like him being in touch with like ancestral religion of wherever he's from, Gambia or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't see it as this like thing that the white man has sold us, that these African countries, everything they do and the religions.
No, that's not how I see it at all.
But I feel like that's what people see it, and that's why they're like, oh my god, it's like, oh,
No,
wait,
not like that.
I'm not saying I'm here for it, but I'm saying like, what, like, we've been listening to him for how many years, and he's been saying I'm the Juju man, and we're all fine. So,
oh my god, that's so true.
are you just deep in it?
Yeah.
Wow.
When he says I'm a Juju master.
Exactly, he's been saying it. When didn't he use like some came in a black Benz, left in a white one, and there's some bar in there that has some reference to magic, and like he's been saying it for years. So I don't know why people are doing up.
Oh my god, I didn't
Shock
deep that.
factor.
I did not deep that.
You're just not paying attention to the. I remember one time, me and my friend, we were sitting down. I think we were looking at like Kendrick's discography, and then there are some references that he makes in like his early music that he then kind of expands in his later music, and we were like, oh, do you think musicians do this thing where like when they're writing songs they have like this bigger plan and they work backwards through the music with it?
Some artists do that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I got there, but yeah, that was an interesting conversation that we had. But I feel like, yeah, J House has been telling us for years, man.
I didn't know that, man. I wasn't paying attention enough, to be honest. Like, no.
Me, I study lyrics like it's poetry, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, but my mindset was not on there. Like, I wasn't looking for that. I don't know.
But I wasn't looking for it. You hear it.
Yeah, no, but I wasn't paying attention.
This is why you need to practice mindfulness.
Shut up, man. What I was focusing on was like the positives. There was a point where I used to write down all his best lyrics and just like have them on my wall, like the ones in spirit and all of the great songs that he's got. Yeah, but that's just nothing that I clocked. Wallahi, I had no idea. I mean, he did that post on Snapchat, and I said, "Whew, it's all I've been mad."
Oh my god, all of you people in your fake outrage, man.
What?
Pay attention to things.
What? So that's like me saying to you, pay attention to every artist that you listen to carefully.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, no, that's not me. I have one person that I stand and I know everything about them for like a while, and then there's other people that I just listen to here and I wasn't a J House stan. I was just listening to his Did You See What I Done?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I mean. That's why.
Don't come for me, eh? What?
Sorry. Gosh, pay attention.
Shut up, man. I recently discovered slow tie.
Oh my god, okay. Yeah, no,
Stop
sorry.
judging me, guys. I don't like it.
Sorry. No, it's no judgment. No, that was so snobbish. Sorry. That was so snobbish of me. No, I don't want to be one of yeah. No.
And I was basically, because I was on my whole dark internet hole of watching KANO interviews, and then I stumbled across his one with Julie, and then I watched it and I was like, I really fuck with his vibe. I really like him as a person. And then the next day I just downloaded his album, Nothing Great About Britain, and I really liked it. But the funny thing is, I used to see what's it called, posters of, you know, Nothing Great About Britain marketing, and I was like, what are they marketing? Because I was like, this is great. But then I never clocked it was an album.
Yeah.
But looking back on it now, I'm like, that's sick.
Yeah, his team, whoever came up with that, fam.
I think he probably did, no? I don't know, actually.
Maybe he did. I feel like he's very conceptual, and like he works in that mind frame of like having a greater plan with everything that he does musically.
Yeah. He sounds a lot like Octavian to me. When I was listening to his album yesterday, I was like, this could, if you told me this was Octavian, I would believe you.
Really? I don't think he does. I think he had maybe because I started listening to him from his early stuff. I think he has a very distinct sound that's quite dark.
Yeah, that's the thing. He sounds, the tone of his voice. Yeah. The raspiness of it sounds like Octavian. Not the music. Just like the voice.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say there sounds. Yeah, I get you in that sense.
But he's very like. Duh.
Yeah, it's very, very dark.
Yeah. Like. I fuck with it though.
Yeah, no, Slow Tie is a vibe. It's true.
I like him.
Same.
As a person.
Same.
It's been great.
He's interesting. I like when UK artists are interesting people because I feel like the UK births dead characters. But we'll get into that another day.
What? No, they don't. I think everyone's they're just not media trained, and they're not good at public speaking. Americans, in secondary school they learn public speaking part of their curriculum, so that's why.
Yeah, but also, I mean, as in our culture, it's very like prominent that people aren't speakers, not just like within the industry.
Do you know what I'm getting a flashback of? Did you see that Skepta and Naomi Campbell interview where they were talking about politics and he goes, "Oh, you might talk about politics."
Exactly.
He put his hands in his ears, like,
and he's a big man. He's like 40 something. Talk about it, bro.
God, yeah.
How can your sister be Julie Adenuga?
I know.
And the most vocal of vocals who would happily speak on them things, and you, her older brother, or anything like that?
I would want to know the reason why, but I don't want to assume. So
I just think it's just
until I get to interview him, I would comment. Because that's mad, you know.
What?
Like that, he had a great opportunity to talk on something. He was dating one of the biggest celebrities in the world. I don't know what they were talking about. I can't remember now, but it was about politics, and it was very childish, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what. But that's what I mean. Like, it's in our culture to not like touch on like sensitive topics or not talk too much, and like
depends on
people. You need to break away from that. I think as British people, we need to break away from that. Like, you're just very like brush things under the carpet, and yeah, we need to move away from that. But